Hey everyone, I wanted to show you my glass crusher that I designed and built over the spring and summer. It still needs a hopper on it to make the feeding of glass bottles easier. I have another video of this in operation where I crush I think 53 bottles. Comes out to about 24 pounds of glass. The video is kind of dark, so you don't get to see a lot, so I wanted to make a more in-detail video of what this thing was all about. As you can see here, this is all half-inch plate steel on the sides and on the door. 4x6 discharge chute with a funnel coming down. It's a kind of a hybrid of a hammer mill and a horizontal shaft impactor. It has both actions. It has hammers inside here that throw glass against this anvil and smash it into little pieces. And this is very hard steel, heat-treated steel that's very wear resistant. And the inside's like that too. I'll open this up and show you. I was going to make a video on making these knobs too, and I shot the footage for it when I was working on the lathe in the mill and accidentally deleted it, so I have no footage. So if I get motivated one of these days, I'll make another video of making those knobs. It's kind of interesting if you like machining. Anyways, this thing's been closed a while. And there it is. The humidity got to it. But there's the entrance chute. It's pretty heavy duty. It's built like a tank. And here's, you see here, see how those are satin silver now? That's from crushing glass against these faces, but they're not wearing out. They're just like a real fine sandblasted. Anyways, there's some glass powder here caught in the inside. These things are really neat. They turn glass bottles into sand, pretty much. There's the discharge chute. You can see the exit holes there going down through. And I built this thing up high because it's supposed to feed right into a gyratory screener that I built also. And that's another video, another project I'm working on, but it's mostly done. I just had to get some electronics for it. So I'm going to close this back up. Now when the glass goes down this chute right here, it goes down. Now you really can't show you it now with it open or even with it closed, but the bottles slide down. Of course, those hammers are rotating in there about 1100 RPM, I think. I forget the exact measurement, but they're moving fast enough that it smashes the bottles to the size I need. Another thing I wanted to show you too before I get started. Kind of hard to see down in there, but see this double baffle system? Notice when I push this one up, like when you put a bottle in there, when you push this one up, the other one closes up on it. Well, what happens is when this motor's running, there's a lot of airflow through this thing, and it forces this one open, and what was happening was leaving the gap on the bottom, and dust and chunks of glass were coming out onto my head, which isn't a desirable trait for a glass crusher. So whenever this opens up, this bottom flap, see there's counterweights here. When this bottom flap opens, this one comes up despite the air pressure, and there's still a little bit of a gap there, but there's no straight line down to the hammer mill. So it stops most of the bigger chunks from coming out. Some of the smaller dust particles come out through the cracks, but it's not bad. Between those three containers, see in the tub I have 22.03, and one of these buckets is 13.92, and another bucket plus this broken coffee pot comes out to almost exactly 50 pounds, just a little bit over. 14.1, I needed 14.05 or something like that, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and crush these. see what our yield was. First thing I need to do is establish a tare weight. And so I have a bucket identical to the one I was using for collection. And I'll put that on there and zero it out. 1.74 pounds. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it says 0.00. Okay. Now that I have that, it feels like 50 pounds. I got this level too, as level as I could. See if I can show you this. Now we did have a little bit of loss in dust and particles coming out. So there's my yield on, I think it was 50.1 pounds of raw glass, and then here's my 5-gallon bucket full of glass dust, and of course there's labels and whatnot in there, aluminum rings on some of the bottles. So, but that'll count for a little bit. So anyways, that is what you get as a glass crusher, and then I'll run this through my gyratory screener, and then that will separate that into mesh sizes, and it'll take anything over a certain mesh size, like particles like these bigger things like this. You'll take that and kick them back out, run through the crusher again. And it'll keep breaking them down and running them through, and it automatically separates them into all the mesh sizes I want. And here's a lot of fine stuff right there. Some of it goes above 100 mesh too, so works out pretty good. But yeah, that's my yield right there, so that's not too bad. Okay guys, I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. Thank you. Bye.